Om Shanti, 10 August 2023. Holy Murli. Essence, sweet children, when you go into the lap of the Father, this word ends. Your next birth will be in the new world. And knew this is why there is the saying, when you die, the world is dead to you. Question: on the basis of which one custom can you prove the incarnation of the Father? Answer: the custom of feeding department spirits every year has continued in Bharat. They invoke a soul into a Brahmin priest and speak to that soul. They ask the departed soul if he has any desires. The body does not come back, just the soul comes back. This too is fixed in the drama. Just as a soul can enter in the same way, God's incarnation takes place. You children can explain and prove this. Murli song: to live in your lane and to die in your lane. Om Shanti. This song is of this time and continues on the path of devotion. It is at this time, when you die alive and are with the Father, that the whole world also truly ends on the path of ignorance. When human beings die, they take birth in this world. Their world exists all the time. There is the saying, when you die, the world is dead to you. However, when a person dies, the world is not destroyed. That soul has to take birth again in the same world. When you die, this world too will end. You know that you will then go into the new world. Only you, Brahmins, know this because of being the children of God. You received the birthright of the golden age. You received the sovereignty of heaven. Hell comes to an end. There is no effort to make in this. You simply have to remember the Father. When a person is dying, people tell him to chant the name of Rama. Finally, when they pick up the corpse, they chant, the name of Rama is the truth. They say of God, the name of Rama is the truth. That is, they take the name of the Supreme Father. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who is the truth. They turn the beads of a rosary beads, chanting the name of Rama. They continuously chant the name of Rama in such a way that it is as though they are playing music. The Father explains to you, children, you don't have to make any sound. Simply keep remembrance of me in your intellects. You know that by your going into God's lap, whilst alive this world of sorrow in for you. Baba, I will become a garland around your neck. The rosary of Rudra is remembered. It is not said. The rosary of Rama. You are sitting in this sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra as you did in the previous cycle in order to be threaded in the rosary of Rudra. There is no other spiritual gathering where you would understand that you will become that garland around the neck of God, the Father. You definitely receive the inheritance from the Father who says Father. The soul, the intellect is in the soul. Your intellect understand and then say something. First a thought arises and then it is carried out by the physical organs. Truly, I belong to Baba and will remain belonging to Baba. In this last birth, you call him God, the Father. So ask them, do you have knowledge of God, the Father? They would reply, God is omnipresent. Tell them, you souls say Supreme Father. So how can the Father be omnipresent? Did the Father enter the child? To call the Father omnipresent is totally wrong. Understand these things very clearly and then explain them to others. The sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra is very well known. Rudra is incorporeal. Sri Krishna is a corporeal being. Ultimately, who would be called God? Sri Krishna cannot be called that. People are very innocent. They say God is omnipresent. The Father resides in his own home. Where else would he reside? The Father has now come into this unlimited home. He is present here. He says, I have entered this one, just as departed spirits are invoked into Brahmin priest. For instance, when the departed spirit of someone's father is fed, he would say, I have entered this one. I have entered this one. And so if you want to ask anything, you can do so. In earlier days, the system of invoking departed spirits was very popular. A departed spirit is also just a soul. They feed a departed spirit, that is that soul. They would say, today we are feeding everyone because of the departed spirit of my grandfather or of so and so, therefore that soul is invoked and fed. Someone who loved his wife would call that departed soul back after she had died. He would say, I promised her a diamond nose stud. Therefore, he would invoke her into a Brahmin priest and give her a diamond nose stud. Through him, he would call that soul. The body does not come. This custom only exists in Bharat. It is just as when you go to the subtle region and offer bhog to someone who has died. That soul comes into the subtle region. These things are completely new until people understand very clearly. They have doubts as to what the Brahmins are doing. Look at the system and customs of Brahmin priest. Bhog is offered in all the temples. They offer bhog to departed spirits. They offer bhog to the soul of Guru Nanak. But where is he? They cannot understand this. You know that all of those who established each religion are here. Just as Baba says, I established the Brahmin religion. He is the purifier. Pure souls come and establish a religion. However, a Sattva Pradhan soul then has to go through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and Tamo. At this time, all souls are in the graveyard. Baba is the purifier. He is never buried in the graveyard. Human being cannot be called the purifier. Purifier means the purifier of the whole world. There cannot be anyone except the one Father who makes the impure world pure. Those people come to establish their own religion. The whole genealogical tree of the Christian religion is up there. Christ first came, and then all the others followed him. Expansion continued to take place. He does not purify the impure. His population comes down. Number-wise, the purifier is needed at this time when everyone is buried in the graveyard. He alone is the one who purifies everyone. You understand that truly the whole world is totally decayed. At this time, the example of then that banyan tree is given. The tree is very large. Its foundation is decayed, but the branches and twigs are still there. This too is a tree. The roots of the foundation of the deity religion have been cut away. All the rest of the tree exists. If the seed exists, he can establish it once again. The Father says, I come and once again carry out establishment. Establishment takes place through Brahma, and destruction takes place through Shankar. There truly was the destruction of the innumerable religion. Those who studied Raj Yoga at the time of the Mahabharata war then established their own kingdom. You know that you will now go to the Father and then go down to the new world. The tree will then continue to grow. The deity religion that used to exist has disappeared. The Father says, I come and once again establish the original eternal deity religion. Bharat, that was the highest on high, is now eclipsed by sitting on the fire of lust. You souls have now become ugly. You are now sitting on the fire of knowledge and are becoming beautiful. You had become ugly. It is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who makes ugly once beautiful. You receive his Srimad, the soul of the Supreme Father. The Supreme Soul is ever pure and beautiful. Alloy is mixed into souls. Example of gold. You know that this old world is now to be destroyed and that everyone is to die. There won't they be anyone left behind to tell you. Can't the name of Rama? Look, when Nehru died, his ashes were scattered all over the fields. It was understood that the field would receive very good fertilizer. When a tree is full of insects, they sprinkle ashes like an insecticide on them. This whole world will now receive so much as when great sannyasis or great souls die, their ashes are not thrown away. The highest of all are the sannyasis. So many will now die, and so much fertilizer will be received. So why would the earth not give first class green? In the golden age, everything is green and fresh. It takes time for this world to be made new. When you go to the subtle region, you are sown such big fruit and you are given mango juice to drink. So just think how much fertilizer will be received. And it is especially this Bharat that will receive that. So many good things will emerge in the new world by receiving this fertilizer. The whole world will become new. You are given the mango juice of paradise in the subtle region. You are granted vision of garden, etc. Some children have had visions of that world. They go there and drink mango juice. Princes and princesses used to fetch fruits from the gardens. However, there cannot be a garden in the subtle region. Surely they must have gone to paradise. Visions would not be granted to everyone. Those who become instruments are granted vision. It is possible that if you stay in remembrance, if you remain Baba's children, then at the end you too will have visions. This cow shed first had to be made. You had to be baked in the furnace, and so many came at that time. It has been explained to you, children, that people will not understand simply by being given literature. A teacher who can explain to them is definitely needed. A teacher would explain in a second, this is your Baba and this is your Dada, elder brother. This unlimited Father is the creator of heaven. If you just give someone literature, he would look at it and then throw it away. We would not understand anything. At the very least, you definitely have to explain that the Father has come. It is your duty to beat the drums for this. They are truly the Yadavas and the Kauravas, and the great war is just ahead. There must definitely be someone to teach Raj Yoga. There also has to be the establishment of heaven. There will be the establishment of the one religion and the destruction of the innumerable religion. You know that you are changing from an ordinary man into Narayan and ordinary woman into Lakshmi. This is our aim and objective. It did not take God long to change human beings into deities. Only those of the Sun dynasty are called deities. Those of the Moon dynasty are called warriors. You first of all have to become deities. By failing, you become warriors. The father says, sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children. There are so many long lost and now found children. Look, when someone's child is lost and then found after 6 to 8 months, he is greeted with so much love. His father would be so happy. This father also says, beloved, long lost and now found children. You have come and met me after 5,000 years. Beloved children, you became separated and you have now met me in order to claim your unlimited inheritance. Deity word sovereignty is your godfatherly birthright. Baba has come to give you the unlimited sovereignty. That one is Heavenly God the Father. He says, I have brought such a big gift for you children. However, you have to become worthy of it. You have to follow Srimad. If after saying Mama, Baba, you forget him or you divorce him, you won't be able to become a garland around his neck. Children are loved so much. A father puts his children on his head. This unlimited father has so many children. Baba places you so high on his head. He places on his head those who have fallen down to the feet. You should remain so happy. You should follow Srimad. You have to follow the Srimad of the One. If you follow your own dictates, you die. If you follow Srimad, you will become the most elevated human being. That is, Baba asks you, with which number will you pass? The father also says, become part of the Sun dynasty. Therefore, you have to follow Mama and Baba. You have to make others into spinners of the discus of self-realizations, like yourselves when you bring other in front of Shiv Baba. He asked you how many others you have made like yourselves. These made like yourselves. These are such enjoyable things. Only you can understand them. New ones would not be able to understand at all that this is a college for changing from human being into deities. Some are colored very well is 7 days. Some are not colored at all. A lot of effort has to be made. The first thing that is explained to you children is that you first of all have to ask everyone, do you know the unlimited Father? They say, yes, He is in me and in you. He is omnipresent. In that case, there is no need to ask them anything further. Since you say that He is the Father, how would it be possible for Him to be in you and me? The inheritance is received from the Father. So first of all, explain Alpha. The Father says, "My long lost and now found children." None of the holy men or sannyasis can say this. You know that you truly are the long lost are now found children of Shiv Baba. You have come to meet him again after 5,000 years in order to claim your inheritance of heaven. You know that you were the masters of heaven and that you are becoming that again. You definitely have to go to heaven and you have to claim a high status according to your effort. Acha, to the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children. Love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, BaapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. Essence for Dharana. Follow the mother and father and do the service of making others become like yourselves, become spinners of the discus of self-realization and make others the same. In order to become a guardian around the neck of the father, remember the father with your intellect. Don't make any sound constantly. Stay in remembrance. Blessing. May you be constantly respected and remain stable in your self-respect by renouncing body consciousness. The children who renounce body consciousness in this one birth and remain stable in their self-respect receive from the Father the best over of fortune, the Father for the fortune of being constantly respected throughout the whole cycle in return for this renunciation. For half a cycle you receive respect from your subject, and for half a cycle you receive respect from your devotees. At this time, at the confluence age, God Himself gives him respect worthy. Children respect, self-respect, and regard respect are very deeply connected. Slogan. Continue to receive blessings from the Father and the Brahmin family at every step, and you will continue to move constantly forward. Om Shanti.